Hey, Ricky, how do you eat an elephant?
What?
One bite at a time. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Mark Doesn't Talk Sports. We are back. It's the show where I talk about literally anything besides sports. So this time, I want to talk about New Year's resolutions because the New Year's just happened last week. We are here. I'm sure you have set your lofty goal. You've decided what it's going to be. And you're probably going to fail at it because that's what happens. That's what New Year's is. You have hope, you don't accomplish your dreams, and you cry. That's basically what happens. So basically, I want to give what my thoughts are on New Year's resolutions and what I think everybody should do instead, basically. Because I think New Year's resolutions are an awful idea. I think they're dumb. I think you're setting yourself up for failure. Basically, my thought for people with these resolutions is you're doing it wrong. This is what you should be doing instead. So the problem with the New Year's resolution are that your goal is going to be unrealistic. You want to say, I want to get swole. I want to get buff. I want to go to the gym all the time. Well, you're not going to because you don't go to the gym now. So why do you think you're going to go to the gym suddenly just because of 2016? Or you're saying, I'm going to eat healthy and I'm going to lose all this weight. I'm going to fix my flaws. I will no longer be a jealous boyfriend and or girlfriend. These things aren't going to just happen. And that's the problem. You can't go into 2016 saying that January 2nd, I'm going to magically be a better person than I was in, January 1st, December 31st. It's just not how it works. So here's what I'm going to help you up. You're setting yourself to fail if you do it this way. What I would recommend is to set a more kind of realistic goal, or realistic goals in this case. We're going to get to that later. If you really are like me and you just have trouble thinking of something to do, you really got to be kind of very critical of yourself, really assess what's going on in your life. If there's something you're not happy with, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing time after time after time and expecting something different to happen finally. It's not going to work. That's not how it works. So you got to do something different. You got to assess what you're doing wrong. And that's a difficult thing to do. Maybe you need to ask for help. You can ask me for help, I guess, at @TheMarkWeber on Twitter. I'll tell you what's wrong with you. But, that's the way you got to start. You got to start with very critically assessing yourself. Feel free to break some of that stuff down and figure out what you don't like. Figure out what you need to be better at or whatever it might be. Because we're all constantly improving. As cheesy and cliche as that might sound, it's the truth. So we got to work on that. To tell you one thing about myself. So I have a dumb rule where my rule is don't date 19-year-olds. It's a bad idea. And this rule came from, and it's just kind of a dumb rule that I have to basically say that you got to date somebody on your level. This rule kind of comes from the fact of, for a while, I had, multiple ex-girlfriends who both happened to be 19. I went on dates with girls who were maybe not all 19, but under the age of 21. And me being in my now mid-20s, it wasn't working for me. And I sat there and I wondered, why is it that all these relationships seem to be ending for stupid and dumb reasons? Well, it's because I'm dating people who were not looking for the same things I was looking for. They were not at the same maturity level that I was at, the life level. I'm in a career, I'm gearing myself towards that settle down type of thing. And these people are still in college. They're still having fun. They're still partying. They're just at a completely different part of their life than I was at. So why was I trying time after time to make that fit this? The definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I couldn't do it. So I created a dumb rule for myself. I will not date another 19-year-old, which basically means, 19, 20, 21, whatever it might be. The next person I date is going to be someone who is looking for the same things as me, is at the same point in their life as me, et cetera, et cetera. And it's worked out much better. So that's kind of my dumb story for how you need to be able to look at what you're doing wrong and figure out what you're doing wrong and just try something different. You don't have to magically fix it. You don't have to have the magic bullet. If you're constantly having trouble, losing all this weight, but you just keep trying the Atkins diet, maybe the Atkins diet is not for you. Maybe you should try something else, whatever it might be. So just be mindful of that. But that's not what this video is necessarily about. I just want you to think of whatever it is you want. And you might already know, a lot of you probably do already know what the thing is that you want to have happen. So you look at yourself, you decide what's holding you back, you decide what you didn't like, whatever it might be, and now you have an idea in your head. So break that down. Don't just say, I want to go and get swole. I want to make all the ladies look at me and think, man, I want to bury my face in those pecs. No, don't do that. That's just not going to, you're not going to happen. You're not going to achieve that goal, as we said. Let's say you do want to go to the gym. Your first goal or your New Year's resolution, I'll say, should not be, I want to go get buff. It should be, I want to set little goals that are achievable for myself to eventually reach this goal. And I think that's, yeah, it's semantics, but who cares? At least you can achieve these goals. Your goals should be little goals. Little goals will change your life, hopefully, for the better. If you set these little goals, maybe first you're saying, I just want to go and I want to get a membership to the gym. All right, cool. That's easy to accomplish. You've accomplished that. Go celebrate that. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go and I'm going to get comfortable at the gym. I'm going to understand the way those machines work. I'm going to, understand the check-in process, whatever it might be. Maybe, you're trying to meet new people or something like that. So you need to go, instead of just doing what you're doing now where it's not working, go to different places. Have you tried the library? Because people always say you'll meet good girls at the library. I don't know. Go to different places. Do something different that you're doing right now. But to follow in on the gym kind of New Year's resolution that we talk about. So maybe that's your next goal. After that, you want to go once a week, twice a week. Once you start reaching these goals, it's going to make it a lot easier for yourself. Really, all I'm saying is that you need to just develop the habits. If you want to get straight A's in college, but you've never gotten straight A's before, you're not going to just magically get them. You got to set those study habits now. You got to spend less time with your friends or spend less time playing video games, more time studying, less time watching sports, more time studying, whatever it might be. Set the goals that are going to put you in good habits. So what should your New Year's resolution be? Set small goals that are achievable, that you can actually accomplish for once, instead of the one big lofty goal that you got all year to happen, but it'll never happen because you'll keep putting it off and you'll keep saying, I'll get to it next time. Or you're just going to forget about it. But if they're small little goals, you can actually accomplish those and you can set up the good habits, and suddenly you're feeling good because you're constantly achieving what you set out to achieve, and that's what's going to help you. That's what's going to make it all actually realistic and make, at the end of 2016, you're saying, hey, maybe I didn't hit exactly what I would have said if I was just having one big lofty goal. But I've made a good journey and I've made a lot of progress towards what it is that I actually want. So like I said, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Small goals. Keep it simple. Happy New Year's.